Hello, soulmates. Welcome back to the channel. This is Jane here. Welcome to Jane by Design. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful alter neck dress. If something you're interested in, I would like you to have this in your closet. Ensure to watch the video to the end. Okay, do well to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. On my work table, I have the fabric I'll be using. I have two fabric. I have this chiffon fabric, and I also have the lining. This chiffon I'm using is very transparent, so that is why I'm going to be using a lining underneath it. Okay, so this is the fabric on the table, and the folded fabric is the lining. All right, so right now you could need about 2 to 3 yards of fabric depending on how full you want yours to be. So right now what I have done here is divided my fabric into two. I'm going to be using one for the lining and one for the front and the other for the back. So for my fabric, I got 2 yards of fabric. I divided it into two. I'm going to be using one part for the front and one part for the back. Now to begin with the front, on the triangular shape, I'm going to draw out a straight line. Make sure that this straight line is straight enough and to accommodate your shoulder measurements. So on this top line that I've marked now, I'm going to take my shoulder measurement divided by 2. My shoulder is 15 divided by 2. I will take 7.5. I'll proceed to mark 7.5. Now for the neck opening, I'll also use 3 inches for the neck opening. I also proceed to mark that as well. From the shoulder line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. After that, I will take on my chest measurement. So from the shoulder line, I'll proceed to mark my chest line. All right. So I'll proceed to mark my chest line. I'll mark it all around the fabric. Please ensure that you measure this accurately because you're going to be drawing a line across and you need this line to be accurate from the top to where your chest line stops. Okay, so that is what I'm doing right now. Now the reason why I'm going this route is for beginners so that you would understand carefully, but on a normal day I would have just measured my upper bust circumference and I'll place the measurement there and that will be all for this measurement, but I wanted it to be a little bit detailed for beginners. So how right now, after taking up the chest line, okay, the next thing we'll proceed to do is to take the shoulder measurement on the chest line just to ensure that you have it proportionate. Okay, so on your chest line, proceed to take your shoulder measurement again and place a mark right there. So after placing a mark, the next thing you're going to take your ruler and connect these 2 points together. Please note that your neck area will be facing the direction where your fabric is folded, all right, while the armhole area will be facing the open side of the fold. I hope you understand that. So back to your neck opening. The neck opening is 5 inches. I'll sorry, 3 inches. I will come down by another 3 inches for the neck depth, and then I will proceed to cover out the neck depth of this fabric. So now back to the chest line. On the chest line, I'm going to take the bust circumference divided by 4 plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. I'll put a mark there. Then I'll use my ruler to draw out the alter neck to the point where I marked on the neck line, neck area. I hope you get that. So when you've gotten this now, the next thing you want to do is to take the length of your dress. Okay, so to take the length of your dress from the point where we have our straight line on the chest, we're going to mark out the length of the dress all around the fabric. Okay, so proceed to mark out the length of the dress all around the fabric, and after marking that out, I'm going to use my ruler to draw out the shape by the side. Okay, to draw the shape by the side, and also I'm going to carve out the bottom as well. So after taking out the exact measurement that I need, exact length that I need for the dress, I'll also mark out the lower end, carve out the lower end of the dress. When you're done with this, you proceed now to also cutting out this dress. So before you cut out this dress, at the alter neck area, we're going to be adding an extra half of an inch at the top because we need to join the main fabric and the lining together. Okay, so I'll just add extra half of an inch at the top there, and after adding that extra half of an inch, then we can now proceed to cut out the front panel. So this is what it looks like. I'm proceeding now to cut out the front of the dress. You can see the way I'm cutting it out. Remember that when I imputed my chest line, I added sewing allowance by the side. So I have 1 inch sewing allowance by the side. So I will go ahead now to cut out. After cutting, this is what the front looks like. All right. Now we are going to use the front to cut the back. In order to cut the back, I will proceed to fold the alternate effects of the front on top of another folded triangular folded shape uh of my fabric, and then place the front on top of it. By the side, ensure that you have excess about 5 inches by the side because you need to gather the back. So I have 5 inches. The back is 5 inches bigger than the front. So I'll proceed to do that, and then I'll also cut that out as well. So guys, after cutting, this is what it would look like. I also did cut out the lining. I did cut out the lining for the back and the front the same way. So now I'm going to trim off the lining. Okay, I'm going to trim off the length of the line. I'm going to reduce the length of the lining by 1.5 inch, just so that it will give it a flattering effect at the hem area. So right here I have pinned down my lining together, and I will proceed to mark 1.5 inch on the hem of my lining. Then I will cut it out. Okay, so the lining is going to be 1.5 inch shorter than the main fabric. This is just to give it a flattering effect on the inside. Okay, so I've marked that 1.5 inch on the back, and I'll also mark out 1.5 inch for the front. All right, so this is me cutting out the back. I'll also proceed to cut out the front as well. This is the front. I'll also proceed to cut it out. So after cutting it out, the next thing to do is to join the lining and the fabric for the front. So this is the lining for the front. I'll take the fabric, the main fabric for the front. I'll place it on the lining, wrong sides on each other, right? And I'll proceed to go stitch down. So I'll go stitch down the lining and the fabric together. I'll join them at the neck area and also by the side. You can see what I'm doing. Just arrange it properly, stitch it by the neck area, and also by the side you're going to stitch it down. So just stitch down the fabric and the lining together for the front. All right, so we'll do the same thing for the back, but for the back we are going to place right sides facing each other because we're going to be creating a casing at the back. So for the back we're going to do right side facing each other and then flip it onto the right side. Okay, so right side facing each other at the top, and then proceed also to close the sides. So when you're done, this is what it will look like. For the front, this is what it looks like. You can see the effect reducing the lining did for the dress. It gave it that flattering effect on the inside. So that is it. I also went ahead to weave it around. Now for the back, we are going to create a case. We are going to be inserting a 1/2 inch elastic at the back. So I'm going to create a casing for the back. Now for the straps of the front, I've proceeded to cut out strips of fabric. So in this fabric is in 2 yards, sorry, 2 inches, sorry. So cut out your fabric in 2 inches. The width is 2 inches, and the length is about 20 inches. So when you are done, you can cut out the excess. All right, so the width of my strap for both sides of the front is 2 inches, while the length I cut out as long as 20 inches. So what we do now for the strap is to turn your fabric to the wrong side. That's the front fabric. Turn it to the wrong side. Take one side of your strap. You're going to go stitch down the way you are attaching a facing. You know the way you are attaching a bias, okay? Stitch it down like how you are attaching a bias. Go and stitch from the side. I'm going to mark a notch where the two sides of the straps is going to stop, so that we can be able to cross them on the neck area. So go ahead and stitch down. When you get to that point, you're going to stop, okay? And repeat the same thing for the other side. When you stitch down, you're going to fold it in to come to the right side, and then do a top stitch. We'll do the same thing for the other one. This is the second strap right here. Go stitch it from the wrong side of your fabric, stitch it down from the wrong side of your fabric, stop at exactly at the point where we marked on the neck area. When you are done stitching, fold it in, double fold it in on the right side, and do a top stitch. So here it is. This is after folding it in. So when you do a stop stitch, you're going to stitch all the way till you get to the end of the strap. So after that, this is what we have. I'm going to go and stitch that neck area down so that it stays flat on that side. So after that is done, the next thing to do now is to bring in your back. So for the back, I've created the casing, and this is my elastic. This is a 1/2 inch elastic. So for the elastic, you can use quarter of your bust circumference, okay, your chest circumference, quarter of it. Insert the elastic into the casing, and while you are inserting, you can just pull it, and to ensure that you have the maximum amount of elastic you need for the back. If while inserting your elastic into the casing and the elastic is too much, just measure it out to see what works for you and cut out the excess. So right now I'm inserting the elastic into the casing. While inserting, I'm just pulling together to make sure that I have even gathering and it's not too tight at the back. So after gathering up the elastic, I have excess by the side. I'll proceed to cut out those excesses I have by the side of my elastic, and then I will go and stitch down the elastic on both sides to secure the elastic. Okay, so just go ahead and stitch down the elastic on both sides. After stitching down, the next thing to do now is to join both front and back together. So now grab your front, place it right side facing each other. You are going to go stitch the sides by 1 inch. Remember, we left 1 inch sewing allowance by the side. So you grab the side of the front, side of the back. You're going to secure them down with your pins. All right, secure from down from the top to the bottom of the side seam. Secure down with your pins. After securing with your pins, you now take this to the sewing machine, and you are going to go stitch down by 1 inch the exact seam allowance you left on your fabric, or you can decide to just measure your bust circumference and impute the measurement on it. So we're going to go stitch down. So after stitching, this is what we have. The next thing I will do now is to cross the straps to the back. So I'm going to secure the strap at the back. At this point, you can either decide to tie yours on the neck and leave it like that, or you can just secure it at the back of your dress. So for me, I'm going to secure the strap at the back of my neck. So from the side of the dress, I'm going to measure 6 inches away from the side of the dress, and then I'll mark that down. So when I mark that down, I'm going to secure one of the strap on that point. I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. Okay, I'll repeat the same thing on the other side, 6 inches away from the side seam, and then I'm going to secure the second strap. So you're not securing the strap at the back of the dress. You can now take to the machine now, and you're going to secure it down. You're going to stitch down. Ensure not to stitch on your elastic band. Okay, just secure it down, and that's it. If you notice yours is not firm enough, you can loosen the strap and stitch it back again. So guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on to the next one. Stay blessed. Bye bye.